What are you waiting for? Join me at the table as we look at a story in the Bible that kind of goes along those same words that Jesus asked, hey, what are you waiting for? And it's found here in John chapter 5. It's the healing at the pool of Bethesda, right? A man's laying here. He's been sick. There's also blind people, lame people, paralyzed. They've been laying there. And this man had laid there sick for 38 years. And Jesus saw him laying there and knew that he had already been there a long time. So Jesus sees this man who's been there for 38 years, already has known that he's been there for a while. And look what he says to him. This is Jesus talking to this man. Do you want to be healed? Do you want to be healed? What's another way we can say, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Maybe that's something stirring in your spirit today. Do you want to be healed? Do you want to be rich? Do you want to have peace? Do you want to have joy? Do you want to fulfill God's plan for your life? Then what are you waiting for? This is the sick man's response. Sir, I have no one to put me in the pool when the water stirred. And while I'm going another step down before me. Jesus said to him, get up, take up your bed, and walk. And at once the man was healed, and he took up his bed and he walked. You know, I started really thinking on the story and how it kind of really got to me. This man laying there for 38 years, sick. And here comes the man of God and says, do you even want to be healed? What are you waiting for? I can't. I'm not qualified enough. I don't have the money. I don't have this. I don't have that. No one can take me and put me in the water when the angel stirs the water. He's saying, I can't. And Jesus looked at him and didn't say, bless your heart. Here, let me help you. No, he said, get up, pick up your bed and walk. What are you going through? What have you been waiting for? What excuses have you made? I'm telling you today, get up. Do what God has called you to do. Stop laying down. Stop sitting down and stop waiting for God to do something. He's telling you to get up and get moving. Let's look at this in the Passion Translation. Verse 3. Hundreds of sick people were laying there on the porches, the paralyzed, the blind, and the crippled, all of them waiting for their healing. For an angel of God would periodically descend into the pool to stir the waters, and the first one who stepped into the pool after the water swirled would instantly be healed. Now there was a man who had been disabled for 38 years laying among the multitude of the sick. When Jesus saw him lying there, he knew that the man had been crippled for a long time. So Jesus said to him, do you truly long to be healed? The sick man answered him, sir, there's no way I can get healed, for I have no one who will lower me into the water when the angel comes. As soon as I crawl to the edge of the pool, someone else jumps in ahead of me. Then Jesus said to him, stand up, pick up your sleeping mat, and you will walk. Immediately he stood up and he was healed. God is saying, get up and do something. But you've got to be obedient to it. What are you waiting for? Let's go to 2 Peter. What are you waiting for? This will answer the question. What are you waiting for? There's nothing to wait. Yes, there are times when we need to wait on God to find direction so we know we're going in the right path. But when God tells you to do something, you can't just sit there and wait for him to do something. Faith does not work unless you act. So get up and start moving. 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 3. His divine power has granted to us all things that pertain to life and godliness through the knowledge of him who has called us to his own glory and excellence. What does this say? Everything you need has already been given to us. Everything you have need of has already been given to us. So what are we waiting for? What are you waiting for? Let's look at this in a couple different translations. We're going to look at the Passion and look at 2 Peter 1 and verse 3. Everything we could ever need for life and godliness has already been deposited in us by His divine power. We could ever need for life and godliness has already been deposited to us. Draw it out. The New Living says, by His divine power, God has given everything we need for living a godly life. If we know that everything has already been given to us, everything that we're going to have need of, He has already richly supplied to us. If we believe, then you have to answer the question for yourself, what are you waiting for?